Hey guys, thank you for joining me today in what is a rather bittersweet video about Star Citizen. I've been mentioning in my previous videos that I want to do the Xenothreat mission, which includes space combat and a bit of cargo transport. And there's a bunch of different phases to this mission where you get paid for each phase after completing it. And what I basically want to say is this makes the mission very long. And I wouldn't really mind this, but in the cases where there's a lot of 30Ks and with server lag on top of the mission actually not working many of the times, many have already complained as to how Xenothreat might have to do with what is still remaining a bad experience that players are having in game. Well, at least the people are able to log on into the game, so that's an improvement to say the least. But I've been trying to do this mission a couple times, and every time that I don't have this mission running on the servers that I'm playing, the servers are running fine and it's quite smooth. But whenever this mission pops up, the servers are becoming very slow and very unresponsive. Ships aren't spawning from ASOP terminals and doors aren't opening, like the hangar bay doors. Amongst many problems like these, going back to my point as to how the Xenothreat mission is long, the servers just can't keep up with it. So if you're a player that wants to play and you get on a server with Xenothreat running, or you are on a server where Xenothreat becomes a mission that's available to all the players, not only are you going to have a bad time playing, but you are more than likely to experience a 30k not too soon after. So for my first attempt of doing this mission, I was on a server where Xenothreat was running, and so I got into my free fly gladius and made my way to the Jericho station to find not only myself but many other players just to be hanging around the station. And basically the mission was running, but nothing was really happening. I mean, there were no enemies spawning, no action, and like myself, many players were receiving the money because the server thought we were actually, killing all the enemies and stuff. But, despite the being in the area for 20 minutes and I made like 60k for free for doing nothing, I would have much rather have been dogfighting and actually playing through the contents of the mission rather than just sitting around. And, like, even though this may be a bug and, we're receiving the free money, it's just a bad state where in reality many of the players that play the game, they want to play through the content of the game, and it's not necessarily about the grind of making money because we never know when a new wipe is coming. And so it was a bit disappointing to say the least, but hey, at least I got to see the Javelin up close for the first time, and yeah, it was a very interesting experience. And I say interesting because as a space enthusiast, the idea of these really cool, big sci-fi ships really excites me. And as for the future of what these big carrier class or whatever these ships are called can bring to the game is just a exciting concept. I mean, there's an A2 here on top of this Javelin, and just look at the size difference. So it's going to be very interesting to see how players utilize the ship and what they use it for in perhaps future server-wide events, whether they're PvE like Xeno Hunter or PvP where it's orc battles, like big orcs fighting it out with each other, and it's just an exciting concept of a fleet approaching you, and there's just a big ass javelin just coming at the center of the fleet. But first, of course, I would really hope CIG works in making the servers better, smoother, and just getting the little things to work like the hangar doors and the mobi-glass and stuff. After all that ranting, I was actually blessed with a decent server where I got to experience some of the content of the Xenothreat mission. While I do not have a big enough cargo ship, I did have the Gladius available, which is available to everyone right now. So I fired up the engines and took off to earn some medals. And boy, did I do just that. I mean, that was a force to be reckoned with out there as a dogfighter. But yeah, I mean, a noob ace pilot to say the least.
Attacked a few of our supply ships nearby, and we lost touch with them. Search the area for wreckage and pick up any supply crates you might find. And remember to stay vigilant. There's a good chance Xenothreat might still be lurking in the area.
So this first part involved protecting cargo ships of players doing the cargo aspect of the mission, where you have to move 3 different types of materials from the wreck sites to Jericho. So I got myself suited and got ready to kill some Xenothreat. Here's how that went.
Maybe.
This battle really kept me at the edge of my seat. There were many hostiles around, but it was also reassuring to know that there were also friendly players and NPCs around to support you as well. It really felt like a team effort, and each kill was earned towards a greater goal. And for someone who plays mainly solo, this was an experience that I longed for and wished I had more of. The mission changed to repel Xenothreat from attacking the Javelin, and I didn't really make most of it. I thought it would be the same thing that we were doing here at the wreck sites, and so I warped my way to the Javelin, but who would have thought that today would be the day that I would be taking down my first Idris. My fellow pilots and I got to work. in a rather underwhelming finale, the Idris was finally defeated, but at the cost of many friendly lives. But I was happy that we took it down nonetheless, though I was expecting a really big explosion, to say the least. So after defeating the Idris, I went back to the Rex sites and I was back on duty, just killing Xenothreats, trying to torment the players that are doing cargo runs. After getting a couple kills, I went to check out this wreck site that I thought I saw a player there. I got out to check it out, but I guess my gladius must have been shot down or shot at while I was not inside the cockpit, because when I tried to get back in, it just seemed to be out of control and just uncontrollable. I mean, I was literally just spinning there, but I thought this was a good time to end the video. Thank you for watching. Like this video if you like the type of content that I'm putting out, and subscribe if you want to see more like it. I plan to do the cargo run part of this mission in another video, so I hope to see you there. Yeah, bye.